In a post-apocalyptic landscape, the ruins of old cities lay scattered across the land, enveloped in greenery as nature slowly reclaimed what was once hers. Among the remains, Mira, a botanist, tended to her makeshift greenhouse, nurturing the last remnants of flora. Mira carefully examined a newly sprouted plant when Jax, a rugged rebel with years of survival etched on his face, entered the greenhouse with urgency in his eyes. Jax leaned in, whispering, "Mira, they're coming. The syndicate has tracked us. We have to move now." Mira's eyes widened, panic rising within her. "But I can't leave. This is our last hope for revitalizing Earth." "You think they'll let us keep it? They'll destroy everything for control," Jax countered, a fire in his voice as he paced the cramped space of the greenhouse. Mira sighed, her determination faltering. "But without these plants, we won't survive the climate shift. They are our only chance." Jax stopped and looked directly at her. "We can always come back, Mira. If we don't escape now, there won't be a future to grow into." Mira finally nodded, albeit reluctantly, before glancing back at the plants one last time. "Okay, but we can't leave without taking some cuttings. We need to spread them." Jax rushed to her side, grabbing a small pouch to collect the cuttings. Urgency etched across his face. "Hurry! We don't have much time!" As they efficiently worked together, Mira whispered, "Do you really think we can make it? Will the others even follow us?" Jax paused, meeting her gaze. "They will if they know there's a chance. We just need to show them they can still believe." With the last of the cuttings secured, they made their way out of the greenhouse, hearts pounding with fear and adrenaline. Outside, the sky darkened ominously, blending with the decay of the world around them. Suddenly, the sound of heavy footsteps approached. Jax tensed, whispering, "They're here! We need to go!" Mira looked around frantically, her heart racing. "Where do we go?" she whispered back, anxiety creeping into her voice. Jax grabbed her hand. "Follow me. We'll head to the underground tunnels. It's our best chance." They dashed toward the entrance of an old subway station half buried under debris, their escape route and final hope. Jax pushed open the rusted gate. "After you!" Mira stepped inside. The stale air hit her like a brick wall. "This place feels abandoned," she murmured, trepidation gripping her. "Abandoned, but safe for now. Stay close," Jax replied, his voice steady despite the uncertainty surrounding them. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the tunnels behind them. Jax turned sharply, eyes wide. "They must have found us! Quick, this way!" Mira raced after him, heart pounding. "What's our plan when we get out?" she shouted over her shoulder, fear coursing through her veins. "We find the others and head for the old greenhouses by the coast. They'll have a safe zone there," Jax yelled back. As they ran, the sounds of footsteps grew closer, echoing menacingly in the darkness. "We have to hurry! They can't catch us now!" They reached a fork in the tunnel. Jax pointed to the left. "This way!" he shouted, determination fueling every word. Mira hesitated for a split second, eyes narrowing. What if it's a trap? "No time for second guessing! Trust me!" Jax urged, taking her hand and pulling her along. They stumbled into a wider chamber filled with remnants of an old station. Vines had begun to reclaim the space, crawling across rusted benches and outdated electronics. Jax leaned against an old wall, breathing heavily. "All right, we've bought some time, but the syndicate won't stop hunting for us." Mira looked around, eyes scanning the chamber filled with ruins. "This place, it's like a tomb for humanity's past. We have to ensure it means something." "It will mean something if we can get this message to the others," Jax affirmed, pacing as he plotted their next move. Mira joined him, setting her jaw. "Let's send word. Gather everyone. We can maybe pick up stragglers along the way. And we'll have to take the back roads to the coast. It's the only way to avoid syndicate patrols." "Let's head back up to the surface and find a signal. We need to reach them before it's too late," Mira urged, her determination unwavering. Jax nodded, leading the way out of the chamber. "Stay close, I'll guide us out." As they climbed towards the exit, the distant sounds of chaos grew weaker. "I think we might be in the clear," Jax exhaled, relief washing over him. Emerging into daylight, Mira shielded her eyes. The world outside still bore the scars of war, yet the greenery was a vital sign of hope. "Let's find a vantage point to signal the others," Jack said, scanning their surroundings with urgency. Mira pointed towards a hill nearby where the remnants of an old communications tower stood. "Over there! That's our best shot!" "Let's move!" Jax cried, dashing towards the hill. They both raced with determination, fueled by the hope of freedom. Reaching the base of the tower, they climbed cautiously, ensuring not to make noise. "If anyone sees us, we're done for," Jax warned. "I'll check to see if it's intact," Mira whispered, carefully making her way inside, heart racing. As she assessed the damage, a faint smile flickered on her face. "Jax, it looks functional. We might actually be able to send a signal." Jax rushed in, brightening at her declaration. "Perfect! Let's get to work before the syndicate catches up." As Mira began assembling the equipment, Jax took lookout, glancing nervously at the approaching horizon. "Any sign of them?" "Not yet, but we need to hurry," Mira replied, focusing intently as she connected the wires. The tension escalated as they worked. "Mira, what if this doesn't work?" Jax asked, his voice laced with concern. Mira paused, her hands trembling as she replied, "Then we will keep trying until we succeed. We have to believe in a future." Suddenly, the faint sound of engines drawing closer broke their focus. "They're here!" Jax gasped, adrenaline surging. Mira hurriedly initiated the transmission. "This is Mira. Jax and I are at the old tower. We need help now." Jax took a breath, glancing back at her. "Do you think they can hear us?" he asked, anxiety tightening his features. "They have to. We can't give up now," Mira declared, determination igniting her spirit as she adjusted the frequency again. At that moment, a crackle came through the speakers, followed by a voice. "Mira, we hear you. Are you all right?" Jax's face brightened. "Yes, we're alive, but you have to hurry. The syndicate is on our tail." The voice responded, hunger for survival clear. "We're heading your way. Hold on!" The connection crackled before cutting out. Mira's heart raced, but she remained hopeful. "They're coming. We just need to buy time." "Then we fortify our position. Let's make a stand," Jax exclaimed, determination returning as they prepared for a potential confrontation. As they started moving crates and debris to block the entrance, Mira looked as fierce as ever. "No one is taking our future away." With every piece they barricaded, the noise of engines grew closer, echoing ominously in the still air. "They're getting nearer," Jax urged, moving faster. "I'm almost done! Just a little more!" Mira chimed in, focusing on the barricade, each item symbolizing their fight for survival. Suddenly, the entrance burst open, and a dark figure stepped inside, gun drawn. "Looking for you," it snarled. "Get down!" Jax shouted, pulling Mira behind him as he grabbed a makeshift weapon from the ground. Mira's heart raced as she saw the gun pointed their way. "We have to fight back!" she cried, feeling the weight of their mission. "We will! On my count!" Jax replied, his voice firm despite the imminent danger. 1, 2, 3. With that, both jumped from their cover, Jax lunging forward while Mira dodged to the side. Chaos erupted. The figure stumbled, firing wildly as Jax disarmed them, their gun clattering against the floor with a deafening clang. Mira quickly moved to secure the figure, shouting, "Don't try anything! We won't hesitate!" The intruder, now pinned down, growled, "You think you can save this world? You're fools!" Jax stepped closer, his resolve unyielding. "We're not fools. We're the last hope this world has." Mira tightened her grip on the intruder. "If you're smart, you'll help us instead of standing in our way." The intruder hesitated, eyes narrowing. "What do you have in mind?" Jax exchanged a glance with Mira. "Join us. Together we can turn the tide against the syndicate." The intruder paused, finally relenting. "Fine. But don't think for a second I'll trust you. We survive together or not at all." Mira released the intruder, warily stepping back. "Welcome to the resistance. We'll need every hand we can get." With the newfound alliance, they gathered the supplies from the tower, ready to make their next move. "We have to reach the others," Jax declared, urgency returning to his tone. As they made their way back outside, the sky was now ablaze with colors, an ethereal glow reminiscent of rebirth. "This is our chance," Mira said, hope illuminating her features.